This is question 14 of LSAT PrepTest 157, second section, which is the first logical reasoning section over at lawhub.lsac.org. As always, we've got a highlight tool already selected, and we're going to read the question stem to identify the task first. Which of the following principles, if valid, would most help to justify the politician's reasoning? And as we're reading, we should be able to just highlight that phrase, justify the politician's reasoning, because we know that's the task. We need to find an answer choice that is broad enough as kind of a principle, but does strengthen the politician's conclusion, whatever it is. Because justify with a principle is really just a fancy kind of abstract strengthen. So we're going to read the politician's statements. We're then going to identify the conclusion, and we're going to highlight that conclusion and hopefully broadly predict what might strengthen that conclusion at a high level. So we read the politician's statements. Our public libraries are open only on weekdays and generally at times when most children are at school and most adults at work. Okay, that's just a statement of fact. Hence, most taxpayers and their families have few opportunities to use public libraries. Okay, this is kind of a conclusion. Therefore, no new taxes supporting the library system should. There's going to be our conclusion, because we know that most of the time, if there's a recommendation, that functions as the conclusion. Therefore, no new taxes supporting the library system should be approved unless the library hours are changed to better suit taxpayers and their families. So the conclusion is that no new taxes supporting the library system should be approved unless the library hours are changed to better suit taxpayers and their families. And we know that the evidence for this is that the libraries are only open on weekdays at times when children are at school and adults are at work, and that these taxpayers and their families have few opportunities to use public libraries. So mentally, we need to predict that the way to strengthen this is to show that really the library system needs to be used or available to be used by those people that are funding it and their direct family. So we just have that in mind as we go to the answer choices, looking for reasons to eliminate that we can highlight as we go along. Starting with choice A, libraries and other public facilities that serve an educational purpose should be made as convenient as possible for taxpayers and their families to use. Well, this is extreme. Made as convenient as possible. I don't know how convenient as possible would mean. It's just about them being open to better suit taxpayers. So that statement of convenient as possible would need additional information to directly relate it to the conclusion and can be eliminated for that reason. Next, choice B, if use of a public facility is made more convenient for taxpayers and their families, then new taxes supporting that facility should be approved. Well, there isn't actually a recommendation for new taxes. It says no new taxes. So choice B is actually going to address a conclusion that wasn't presented by the politician and can be eliminated as not having a direct relationship to the recommendation about no new taxes. So we'll eliminate B for that reason. Next, choice C, taxpayers who have plenty of opportunities to use a public facility should have to pay taxes to support that facility. Again, this is very similar to choice B. We're not asking them to pay taxes. We're saying that there shouldn't be new taxes unless those hours at the library are changed. So very similar to B, we can eliminate choice C for that reason. Then choice D, the best way to increase usage of public libraries is to change the library hours for the convenience of most people. Again, we're concerned only about taxpayers, not most people, so we can eliminate choice D as an incorrect term shift. And lastly, choice E, a new tax supporting a public facility. Well, public facility would be the library in this case, should be approved only when most taxpayers have ample opportunities to use that facility. And ding, 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 choice E is exactly what we mentally had predicted and is our correct answer for number 14.